players in fantasy, it feels like Pringle is simply just a guy, right? Like that's a guy that's just going to line up, probably going to get you 500 receiving yards, probably going to score a couple touchdowns. But I mean, barring some catastrophe to your fantasy team, if you're starting Byron Pringle this year, something really had to go wrong, I think.
Yeah, I mean, really, I think probably the way that Pringle ends up being like the guy you need, or even like a wide receiver three, right? Even a bye week, injury replacement flex guy, is if he actually ends up being the slot guy and they're playing Mooney on the outside, which Mooney is capable of doing. And Pringle last season did work his way into a larger and larger role inside of the Kansas City offense. By the end in the playoffs, he played 61% of the snaps against the Bengals, 76% of the snaps for the Kansas City Chiefs in their playoff win. That crazy game against Buffalo, was playing more snaps than McCole Hardman, started out snapping Demarcus Robinson. I believe in that game actually ended up having more targets than Tyreek Hill.
Mm.
Is Pringle good? I mean, I don't know. Like, good is he probably not, right? He probably is just a guy. I guess it is the most money that the Chicago Bears spent on offense this offseason. He got a 1-year, $6 million contract. So good for Byron Pringle as an undrafted free agent coming out of Kansas State to get $6 million. Nothing to turn your nose up at, certainly. I don't have very high hopes for him. I do take him sometimes in the last round of best ball drafts. This is very in the weeds, but the Bears and Lions play a dome game in Week 17. They're playing in the dome game in Detroit, so that that does have. Especially both of those teams don't care by then. We've seen a lot of the. I mean, last year we saw it, right? The Seahawks Lions game was the highest scoring game the final week of the season because neither team cared. It was being played inside. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown had like 32 points that week or something insane. So that's about it for Pringle. I mean, I don't feel great about him. He definitely is going to play a lot. He's probably the cheapest wide receiver on the market who is going to play 70% of his team snaps. That's the kindest thing I can say about him.